Hey guys, it's Kyle with MTG Freeway, and today I will be unboxing the new Duel Deck Speed versus Cunning, and giving you guys my opinion on the two decks and letting you know what I think. Alright, here we go. I have not actually seen the list for the Duel Decks, so this is going to be a surprise to me. So yeah, let's see what's inside of it and hope for the best. So inside you will get the two deck boxes, the one for Speed and the one for Cunning. Alright, and then what else you get? You get this little pamphlet here that tells you about how each deck runs and how they're supposed to be built, and it also gives you the deck lists for each of them, but I want to be surprised. I don't want to actually look at the lists. And then you also get this thing right here, the rules reference card, which tells you about how the game is played, etc, etc. And then you get the two decks, which feature Zergo Helm Smasher, which he is cost 5, red, white, and black. He is a 7/2 haster, attacks each combat if able, and then he has indestructible as long as it's your turn. Whenever a creature is dealt damage by Zergo Helm Smasher and it dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Zergo. And Arcanist the Impotent, 3 colorless and 3 blue. He's a 3/4, tap him to draw 3 cards, and 4 return them to the hand. Alright, so there's your 2 cards for the deck, the 2 little promo cards that you get. Yeah, they're not that bad for each deck. And let's open the Speed deck. I'm more of an aggro player, so I like to see what's in the Speed deck. So yeah, let's go for it. The first thing we get in the Speed deck is a Hell's Thunder. Oh boy. Okay, Hell's Thunder. That's always a nice card. I remember back in the day when he was in mono red. He costs 3, flying and haste. Beginning of the end step, sacrifice him, unearth for 5. Return him from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste. Exile him at the next end step, or if it would leave the battlefield. Your next rare would be Karenko Mob Boss, which is 4, 2 colorless and 2 red. Put X 1/1 red goblin creatures onto the battlefield, where X is the number of goblins you control. So I'm guessing this deck is a lot of put creatures on the field, tap them down, stuff like that. It's going to be a 3/3. Goblin. And then we have Ogre Battle Driver, 2 colorless and a 4. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, that creature gets +2/+0 and gains haste. Alright, so yeah, that's another card that makes your creatures tap down all the time. And the next one is Fury of the Horde, 5 colorless and 2 red, kind of expensive, but you may exile 2 red cards from your hand rather than pay. Okay. Untap all creatures that attack this turn. After this phase, there's an additional combat. Okay, so yeah, that'll give you another attack phase, tap your creatures down, stuff like that. And then one of my favorite cards from back when, Banefire, X and red, kind of like Crater's Claws, but a lot better. Deals X damage to target creature or player. If X is 5 or more, Banefire can't be countered by spells or abilities. And then a random goblin token, okay. Well, I don't know why they didn't put it at the end of the deck instead of the beginning, but okay. But then the deck comes with a Frenzied Goblin, always good. An Infantry Veteran, target attacking creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Leonin Snarecasters, they're always good. It's just a battlefield, tap another target creature, makes him going more. A Dredgescape Zombie with Unearth, not bad. You get 2 of them. And then Goblin Death Raiders, black and a red with Trample, 3/1, not bad. Then you get a Hellraiser Goblin right here. Creatures you control have haste and attack each combat, always good. Fleshbag Martyrer, and enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature. So, you know, just sacrifice a token with when he enters the battlefield, and it wouldn't be bad. There's a Goblin War Chief, which makes your Goblin spells cost 1 colorless less to cast. And then Goblins, you have haste. And then there's Kathiri Bomber, flying. When deals combat damage to a player, put 2 Goblin creature tokens on the battlefield and then sacrifice it. And then Unearth for 5, always decent. And then there's Shambling Remains, can't block with Unearth. And then one of the new Khans of Tarkir cards, Mardu Heart Piercer with Raid. And if you create, you know what Raid does with the effects, but it just deals 2 to target creature or player. Then there's Beetleback Chief, enters the battlefield, put 2 red goblins, so more goblins. Alright, I'll take it. Then Flamekin Zealot enters the battlefield. Creatures you control get +1/+1, gain haste. So basically, I'm not going to read all the cards. I'm just going to let you look at them. But basically, this deck is just tap down your creatures and just deal your opponent tons of damage. Alright, I'll go through all of it. There's a Shock, not always good. Arc Trail, Goblin Bombardment, Karenko's Commander, put 2 goblins, you have 2 of them. Active Treason, gain control, not always, that's always good. Dauntless Onslaught, Orsh, Fiery Fall, 2 of them. And then now your lands, let's see how good the fixing is. You get 2 Evolving Wilds, gets out to Encampment, no bad outpost for your colors. There's another random goblin token. Okay, then you get 1, 2, 3, 4. Your mountains, your plains, and your swamps. So yeah, this deck is basically just, like I said, tap your creatures down, attack your opponent, etc., etc. Alright, let's get to the Cunning deck and see what that's all about. I heard that the Cunning deck was more of control-y, so I'm not really a controlled player, so I wouldn't play this. I'd give it to my opponent to play. And of course, you get Arcanus the Opponent with the deck. And you get Lightning Angel, cost 4, Flying, Vigilance, Haste. And then you get Thousand Winds, cost 6, Flying, Morph of 7. When it's turned face up, return all tapped creatures to their owner's hands. So yeah, that kind of helps with getting your against like the aggressive deck, like the speed deck. That helps a lot because it brings everything back to their hand. You get a Sphinx of Uthun, flying, 5/6 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, reveal the top 5 cards of your library. Opponent separates them into 2 piles. Put 1 into your hand, the others into your graveyard. Not bad. 5/6 flyer for 7. It's kind of expensive, but its effect's alright. You get Hold the Line. Blocking creatures get +7/+7. Okay, that's a stall card. Then, of course, Steam Augury. Everybody knows what that does because it's a reprint. Then you get Jeskai Elder with Prowess. That's one of the new Khans cards. You get a Fairy Imposter. Always good. Enters battlefield, sacrifice it unless you return target creature. You get a Coral Trickster with Morph. You may tap permanent, which is more control-y. Fathom Seer, Morph, return 2 islands you control to the hand. When it's turned face up, draw 2, so that's a draw mech. Whalebender, Morph of 2. When it's turned face up, change target spell, change the ability, or change the target. So this is a Morphe control deck, and then Spark Mage Apprentice enters the battlefield, deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Lone Missionary, gains your life. He taps the creatures and morph. Turn face up, return target creature to its owner's hand. Alright, Hookmaster, tapping their creatures down so you can stall for your deck. Stonecloaker, Flash, flying, enters the battlefield, return. So hey, yeah, this deck isn't bad. Like I said, it's just based on stall. So this one becomes a 5/1 or a 1/5 depending on what you want to do. And then Hussar Patrol is always good. Like if the speed deck was going against you, flash into Hussar Patrol, be like, ha. And then you also got a Fairy Invaders, always good. A Fleet Distraction, and then Stave Off. 1 Swift Justice. You got an Impulse, a Mana Leak, Lightning Helix, always good. Inferno Trap is good. You got Traumatic Visions, which is countering, and then Land Cycle, and then Whiplash Trap, always good. Olive Valley Trap is good. You got the traps, you got the reveal, and then your lands. Mystic Monastery is always good. Terramorphic Expanses, and then your basic lands. So yeah, the Cunning deck is more of the morph, stall your opponent to get what you need to win, and then the speed deck is basically just tap your creatures down, kill your opponent, etc., etc. What I would think for the speed and cunning decks is for collecting purposes, I would say if you're trying to collect cards, don't get it because it's not really worth your money, because only decent money amount cards are Zergo, which is like $3 or $4 right now. Hail's Thunder's $1 or $2. Banefire's $1 or $2, and the rest is just commons and uncommons. And then the Cunning deck, there's not really much in here that's worth money. Maybe Arcanus or or Lightning Angel or and whatnot. But yeah, but for brand new players, if you're new to Magic, I would recommend it. It gives you a lot of the new mechanics that are being introduced into Magic, like the morph and then stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, I would recommend it for new players. For people who collect it, who want to collect stuff, I say don't do it. But anyways, that's my review on Speed versus Cunning, and I actually like it. I'm trying to teach my friend to play Magic, and I hope they like playing the game, because I would get a new Magic player into the community and stuff like that. But anyways, make sure you like my subscribe to my channel for more videos and everything when I get them. Make sure you like my Facebook page, follow me on Twitter, and give my Google Plus some love, because I'm trying to use Google Plus, trying to get more people to get involved with it. And yeah, that'll be it for this video, and I hope to see you guys soon. And with my other Khans of Tarkir stuff, I'll be opening all the intro decks, I'll be opening a fat pack of Tarkir, and then I'll be opening a box. Then after that, I will start with my weekly uploads, which I'm going to be posting an announcement video soon regarding all of my announcements, what I'm doing with the channel, stuff like that. But yeah, I'll see you guys. Have a good day. And yeah, that's my video for the day. Alright guys.